this in a little minute.
Bones, the summer kind of went along, and it took a little while for you to get your situation done here. Just can you take us through like how it all played out for you and what ultimately ended up leading you back here?
Yeah. At first I started off in off season in Miami. Spent like 2-3 months there. I was just letting the situation just play out, seeing what who's interested and stuff like that, and then it definitely got to some overseas buzz. But I feel like that was just entertaining it a little bit. But Minnesota was something that I wanted to come back to. I kept telling the front office that. They kept calling, we want you back, we want you back. So it was just on the matter of just trying to get something done. But that was in the back of my mind, yeah, I'm coming back for sure. And then we figured something out, and it was just perfect. I'm back.
What, in your experience being here last year, just led this to be a place that you wanted to be going forward?
Yeah, I always say the buzz was always around like the past 2-3 years of trade rumors of me coming out here, and coming to play for Minnesota. So when I got over here, it was almost like this is where I belong. I felt the continuity, I felt the energy, I felt the love when I first got over here. So it was everything. Once I stepped into the premises of Minnesota basketball, I'm like, this is where I belong for sure. So I definitely love it over here. I like it. I like how everyone it's all about winning. The teammates are very cool. The coaches are cool. And every day I come into work, it's like, man, I'm happy to come into work, so I feel good.
You seem to have a fierce advocate in Tim Conley, who's kind of followed you your whole career, drafted you, whatever. What's the relationship been like with him?
Yeah, that's my guy, man. I remember the first time we had our encounter. It was a draft combine. They always him in the front office was in a room. I came in there for an interview, and I had rapped one of my songs for them. And I felt like ever since then, we just had a different connection. It was a real close connection. Obviously, he drafted me in Denver, and just that belief he has in me. And he just always has my back, and that's a guy I'm really appreciative of every day. Every time I even see Tim, it's always a big hug. I'm very thankful for him for sure, just for believing in me.
And he really leans into hoopers, guys that just go out and play.
Yeah,
to be your style too.
Yeah, for sure. Him and Joe Conley always talks about that. How I'm the hoopers of the hoopers. Like I said, I just wherever I'm at, if it's outside of any court, just roll the ball out. I just get it on for sure.
Yes, Bones, what did you maybe just learn about the culture of this team last season, kind of being here for the playoff run, that makes you a good fit, and where do you see that you can contribute this season?
I think the biggest thing with Minnesota basketball is everyone plays together. Plays very well, no matter what the combinations is out on the floor. Everyone touches the ball. It's a fast-paced offense too. So I feel like where I add into that is my shooting ability, my pace. I can get in the lane whenever I want to. I can create for others, and I can shoot the ball from one step over half court. So I open the floor up very well for the team. And just from last year, just seeing it, it just going into playoffs, a little bit of the series of OKC, a little bit just I feel like it was clogged up, and I feel like I add that shooting ability out there to where teams can't clog up the paint of driving lanes.
Bones, I know you got here middle of the season last year, but I feel like you got time to understand what was going on with this team, and kind of you came when things were on the upswing, right?
Yeah.
What do you see as for this whole team, what it needs to get to another level? Whether that's regular season wins or going to another level in the playoffs.
I really can't speak for the beginning or the middle of the season. But when I got over here, I felt like they were doing everything right. It's not a thing that I feel like you need to work on or to get over the hump. I feel like the team plays together very well. Everyone touches the ball. Defense is really good. So I don't think it's anything to I just felt like the odds were just in different hands. And maybe the odds are in our hands this go around.
Bones, the first few years of your career maybe probably haven't gone the way you expected in terms of opportunity, and just but landing here, what do you feel like you've learned from it all that you take moving forward here in your career?
I would say my first year and a half, first coming into the league, obviously I was on the upscale. my career was going uphill, and then I got traded to the Clippers. Just a little wobbly. But it was a learning experience for me too as well. Playing with a lot of Hall of Famers, James, Kawhi, Russ, who else am I like PG. Playing with a lot of Hall of Famers. I learned from them. I learned patience. I learned how to go about life every day. I learned about, my work ethic was already up there, but just seeing how hard they work, even as Hall of Famers already, and them being established already, still getting their work in every day, staying late after, practice and getting it working before practices, working out with James, every day, out there when I was with the Clippers. So I learned a lot. But now I feel like it turned me into a man more. I matured more, and I don't take things for granted.
And obviously, this is a tough rotation to crack here in general because of this team's success, but it does seem like at guard in the backcourt there is opportunity. How much did that play into it all for you wanting to come back, and what do you think will get you on the court in those spots?
Yeah, we definitely had those talks too as well, because I was just telling them, I want to help the team out. I feel like I can help the team as well. So just to talking to, front office and stuff like that before I sign back, just letting them know that I can really help the team, and they believe that as well too. So we're just going to go for it from there.
Bones, I want to ask you about Rob. It seems like you guys got close last season. He's in that second year for him.
Yeah.
What do you think is required for him to kind of go through the upscale like you were doing?
Man, he kind of reminds me of myself a lot. Just coming into the league, obviously I played my rookie year. He didn't play, but I kind of like try to give him pointers of like me not playing the last like year and a half, and him not playing his rookie season. I'm like, bro, everything is patience, bro. Like, every day, try to get 1% better. If you plan or not, come in here with a smile on your face and just try to, be a good person to yourself first and then a good person to others, and everything else will take care of itself. But, like I say, he kind of reminds me of myself. Obviously we're both shifty. We're both, like, slim frame, but we both have heart. And it's like a little brother to me, man. Like, yeah, he really is like a little brother to me. I could tell when I first got here, he was a little, like frigidity and, like, he just wanted it back. He wanted to play, and that's any hooper. But I just kind of, like, was getting in his ear every day, showing him my work ethic of not playing. I feel like that has helped him be more mature, going into the second year. So, I wish the best for Rob for sure. But just being here with him, like I said, it's like a little brother to me. And, I wish the best for him too.
Thanks, Bob.
Yeah, thank you.